What's up, everybody? This is Edward back with another video. Yo, anyway, just want to put my thoughts here. I know I always say real quick and it turns into a 2 hour thing. I'm going to be pretty sparingly with the comments, with the chat, because I definitely want to put out what I want to put out, but I definitely wanted to get a couple of talking points out there. Anyway, make sure, if you got anything you want me to talk about, you email me at edwardanderson300k at gmail.com. I don't know why I don't have that shit on my channel. I'm about to put it on my channel. And then make sure I'm going to start promoting the links in the back of my channel when I get them up there, as far as my Instagram and other things, Twitter and stuff like that. Cause we're gonna get this shit rolling. We're gonna get this boy, this is the movement for common sense. This is the movement for what I call absolute candor. And yes, I did steal that from Star Trek. It was a Star Trek, the new Picard, where you had these people called these absolute candor folks, where they said what it was unapologetically, and this was a way of combating deception of the, I guess, Romulans or the Tarshiar bullshit. Yeah, that's some nerd shit, but whatever. Actually, the most recent apps. There's a scene that I would invite you all to go check out. Type in Star Trek Discovery, Michael Burnham, absolute candor, and it should be a thing where her mother. Well, Michael Burnham was kind of trying to sell some bullshit, not really, but she was keeping stuff back, and her mother basically aired her out in front of everybody, as far as saying this is what it really is, this is what she's about, this is why she does what she does. As her mother, she would know. And she wasn't like blaming her, but she was saying this is why she is the way she is. And she had to like be very honest, much more honest than she was comfortable with. And it was a really great scene. I might, if I can find it, I'll share it in the community tab. But that's kind of what I see the issue with this shit is. And you notice I didn't put Kevin Samuels in the stream. I'm trying to keep this close to people that's my subscribers. Generally, when I title things this way, it is meant for my subscribers. It's not meant for me to broadcast it throughout the entire algorithm. And it's that. So, but it's also a couple of things I want to talk about, because I've talked about the Kevin Samuels things a lot. First of all, I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into the Rebecca thing. Here's the thing. Here's where Rebecca's absolutely wrong. Is this idea of healing? From what I understand, Rebecca's in her 40s. I would guess 43, 45, maybe even a little bit older. Time doesn't give a shit. I've said this before, but we're not talking. Let me be very clear here. We're not talking to teenage females. We're not talking to impressionable females. We're not talking to people under 21. We're not talking to 12-year-olds. We're not talking about little girls. Calling a 35-year-old woman a little girl is, in my opinion, disrespectful. What you're essentially saying is she has the IQ of a child. You may not mean to communicate it that way, and I understand the politics of white supremacy in calling little black boys grown men in order to justify imprisoning us more, and the need that black women have of trying to feminize, overprotect, or over feminize black women by calling them little girls. You're not a fucking little girl at 35 years old. You're not a fucking little girl once you get north of 25. These are motherfuckers that are way post college. Let's cut the bullshit on that. Like straight up. Straight up. Like straight like that. I mean, even the black church wouldn't even like play that game. And the reason why I want to comment on that is because the reason why her age matters is because she wants to talk about healing. And everybody wants to talk about what motivated her to call. And this is one thing about Kevin, why I'm glad first of all, this is what fucking kills me. What kills me is all of these females, as well as some dudes, Mr. Let Go, are projecting. Nobody has taken the time to reach out to her and ask this, because she's already out there. So this idea of dragging her, she can't be dragged more than anything else. Which, by the way, her being dragged on the internet is everybody's fault. That's not Kevin's fault. Kevin did a video on YouTube. There are plenty of videos on YouTube, billions upon millions of videos. World Star is the only reason why she got dragged like she did. Period. Period. And so saying that like Kevin is color, like I'm not even gonna get into that stupid shit. But you notice that none of these chicks have said anything about World Star because guess what? World Star is a faceless organization and there's nothing they can do. So when these women face something where they have no power in really dealing with, they tend to not react the same way. So it's not really just about standing on your principles just for the fact. It's really about attacking a person. And I'm about to go a little bit on a tangent a little bit, but this reminds me of the black owner of Shea Moisture. You see, I can pull up patterns of behavior at a macro level. It's not just about these one situations. I mean, we could look at all these situations that happened this year. The Ice Cube shit where people lost their minds, even though it was and this all these situations are mixed. You a lot, and to be fair, a lot of black women are starting to speak up a little bit more. Like you see videos of women, and I'm seeing newer videos of black women agreeing with Kevin. So I want that to be known. And yes, I understand you niggas. It's on all women are bad, all women are this, all women are that. I get all of that, but here's the thing about me. This is not. There's a difference between niggas trying to hope some shit and then me calling balls and strikes. I'm a fucking umpire. I call balls and strikes. I don't give a fuck about niggas that want to cry about the call all the time. Can I get the call? Can I get the call? Can I get the call? Well, some of you niggas are low key flopping. And I'm not like somebody new in the sphere. I understand all the shit. So I can definitely call proper balls and strikes. And then somebody that has hope, where they just hope the situation is there. This is where that black pill shit comes in. But let me dial it back. The point is, you go back to Shea Moisture and how black women reacted to that shit. That dude did none of the stuff that people try to say that Kevin from True Restaurant did, which he didn't do shit, or Kevin did. Yet you still got the same emotional reaction. It has nothing to do with how you do shit. It has everything to do with them with motherfuckers being butthurt and having the emotional intelligence of a fucking child. Like for real. That's what it really fucking is. A lot of y'all are acting like children. It is. It is. And you all are using religion. You all are using whatever the fuck y'all want to use in order to justify that. And at the end of the day, time doesn't give a shit. And that's a nameless and a faceless situation. Make sure y'all get the likes up. We're at 53 likes. Let's get it over 45. So, going back to like the heel shit. The heel shit is a scam. I'm just gonna say it. It's a scam. I can look at each generation. Like let's start from in the 60s when black women were the most married, and you couple that all the way to today. Now let's look at what's been going on in between. You had the 70s, which had a lot of economic issues, because of a lot of gold standard stuff like that, oil strike, stuff like that. You had the black exploitation, which definitely was like the really big start of a lot of black female promotion, by the way. Shout out to Pam Grier, one of the GOATs, as far as females. Then you have the 80s, which was the crack era, which this is where, quite frankly, now all of this stuff, feminism is in the backdrop of all of this when it comes to the rise of church feminism, feminism infiltrating the church, and then the marriage rate being fucked with, completely fucked, men being pulled out of the home. But what you also have in the 80s was the crack era. Now, I would refer to people like BGS who was there. I was born in the crack era, but people like BGS who was there that can really talk about the real shit that happened in the crack era as far as like women and how women incentivize a lot of that shit. And so they were not victims of it. Their hands are not completely clean of it, right? And how black men did step up as a collective group and re-raise bastard children that we did not create. That quite frankly, you chicks should have been left, even at that point, should have been left to burn. Now, obviously, this is not Rebecca. This is not her story. I'm just talking about the overall collective story. None of these things ever gets talked about. It's all it's a backdrop though, and that's really where black culture died. Black culture died in the 80s as far as what black people used to be and what black people are now. Is really, that is the era in which it was destroyed, because that was the era in which it was absolutely reset. That was, and it was absolutely reset. Everything, a lot of these women's habits can be directly traced to that shit. As far as how open you see it now, and how how pervasive it is. It's the 80s. And basically, it took time for it to really fester up, because you gotta remember, 90 to now is 30 years. So all of us are there. There we are, and people that are older, like 10 years older, they were younger then. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of this bullshit can be directly traced back to that era. And basically that set the fire, and basically you allowed to grow is all of this feminism shit that was coming through. That's when it was allowed to blossom. This is where, you had all these females on welfare, and they were told that they had to go to school or get a job. So a lot of their lazy asses went to school to be in this perpetual pretending to be educated. Because only 10% of black women actually are in like corporate, like 10-15% are really in corporate America like that. A lot of them are in retail, which is not corporate America. And most of them are in retail, which is not corporate America, the corporate side of retail. And the other part are in the government. And those are the ones that are employed. Because you got a lot of dark money that black women get that's never really on the books. A lot of under the table money. Not to mention extra tax benefits because they have access to the children. All of this, by the way, is basically giving back to the damn giving this, and this is what Rose said, and that other woman on Boys Watkins thing alluded to as well. All of that giving back to the state. This that's a fact. So coming back, the reason why I say all of that is fast forwarding it back to what she wants to talk about when heal. We did not get, first of all, you can be a perfectly healthy individual, be in a car wreck and change your life forever and never heal from that. You can be a perfectly healthy individual, catch COVID and never recover from that fully. This idea of heal is not some fucking, you pray about it and everything's going to be okay. That's not what it is. That's not what it is. The thing is, people, and see, here's the funny thing about it. You cannot find anywhere when it comes to men or black men that they will be spoken. I'm not even talking about how they're spoken to. Men cannot buy shit that is going to say, we're going to heal you. And then try to take the accountability of you out of that. The first step to any 12-step program is the step of admitting that you are the cause, is some form of you are the causation of this outcome. It is not about blame. A child sees it about blame, and usually they're not ready yet to accept the healing. It's about you understanding that you have the power to course correct your life, because quite frankly, you're the only one that can do it. This is the consequence of having agency. This is the consequence of people not being able to make you do shit. Black women have the most agency in this country, and this is a big reason why black women are the most fucked up. Because when you give a woman, look, man, I've seen females before they got into Tatiana bullshit and after, and they look like crack whores. And I'm going to tell you why. I can show you photos, and I'm going to tell you, because when you let a female, when you let a woman that has not been raised right, has not been given a proper foundation and culture and a proper habits. This is true for dudes too, by the way. I mean, we don't need to say this about black men. Homeless, getting killed, getting shot, white supremacy being able to eat them alive, prison. We know that. Nobody's debating that. For the all of the women, it's like he do it too shit. But the consequences are very real and very immediate for black men. That's not really true for women. Women are allowed to be out here like agents of chaos, like viruses, because the idea is you can compartmentalize their chaos. There's a reason why black women get very real and immediate punishment when they do shit in other places. There's a reason why a black female can get slapped around and knocked the fuck out in by an Asian dude in his restaurant, and you notice he don't go to jail. If he do, he gets right back out, and his business still there. And quite frankly, people have been taught to still patronize his business because black women are taught to only behave this way amongst themselves in order to be Trojan horse chaos in their own communities. When they try to pull this shit outside the black community, it is very real and immediate. And this is why black women have been trained not to do so. This is why most black women cannot do the same shit with non-black men that they can get away with black men. This is where that white privilege, this myth of white womanhood bullshit kicks in. They know good and goddamn well that if they get with a white man, like for instance, Eve is not going, if Eve would have leave that white man, Eve will get what that white man gives him. Period. Part of it is because he's lawyered up, but a lot of it is there. That motherfucker is not like you have never seen a white man be a like show any of you. And shout out to the documentary Divorce Court. Show me an instance where a black woman has been able to take a white man or fuck it, a Hispanic man, and I'm not talking about white Hispanic, to fucking child support court and take him over the coals. It won't be there. Because truth be told, a lot of these not, because if the court don't go their way, then a lot of them gonna do, and they family gonna take shit into their own hands. First of all, they gonna get the kid. If the kid is really what the issue is, they gonna get the kid because they got a stronger family. And the other thing is, it doesn't even ever get that far. You never see that. And if I'm ignorant, I have no children. So I would love for somebody to do the research, prove me wrong. And I'm not talking about one or two. I'm talking about show me that that's even statistically on the board. Now, sure, white women take white men under the coats, obviously. But see, when you look at the child support, when you look at the courts, they're not going to let a black woman fleece a white man. They're not going to let that happen. Because a lot of those judges in those courts have the ability to do what they want to do. It's not jury related. So it operates differently than what you see and how other courts operate. Which is another reason why you tend to not see a lot of these women hopping like that, because they know they lose a lot of their abilities that they're allowed to have amongst black people. So my point to all of that is bringing it back to healing is sometimes you can't heal shit. You can just treat it. Sometimes, like, and I wish I had Super Triz on here because obviously he's, in the medical industry very deeply. You can't heal shit. And even if you heal something, the scar is always there. See, people are not looking for healing. They're looking for a fucking bailout. They're looking for a reset. That's what they're looking for. And in context to this woman, because we went along with her that she makes six figures. That's never been verified, but we're gonna go along that she makes quote unquote six figures. She makes six figures in a dog business in a backdrop of North Carolina, and I'm not gonna say the name. Whatever. We'll go along with that. My thing is, your money, people are not fucking your money. They're dealing with you. So by definition, any female that believes that they because they make money, let me give you a perfect example. Okay, if you're a millionaire, let's say you're a million, and let me be very clear about this. I'm in and out of like the net, like I'm an affiliate marketer, but I'm very into like the network marketing industry. So I know black women. I can show you Instagram profiles of black women, many black women, some of them I personally know, that make six figures. Six figures is only $8,800 a month. I can show you many black women that make that. Many. I can show you black women that make more than Derek Jackson. I can show you quite a few black women that make that make 6 figures a month. I can show you a couple, now I don't know them personally, of black women that make that amount of money, make 7 figures in a month. Stormy Wellington is an example. She makes about 1.5 in a month. And my point is, so if you and most of these women gotta do. Most of these women gotta do, and they gotta do they cool with, because they learn that they had to separate the money from the man. Because the truth is, if you make $500,000, so if you got a man that's making like 6 figures, but he's not making 500,000. Okay, this man clearly can get any fee, and most women are not making that, so he can clearly do his shit on his own. So is it really about the money, or now is it about, okay, let me get somebody that I vibe with and I like how he look, because you've already taken care of the money piece. The problem is with her is she couldn't get dudes that she liked how they look. She was getting fixer upper niggas was pretty much what was in her DMs. And those other females on Fantastic Shit was saying that. Well, we got niggas in our DMs. Yes, them niggas are dusty. But the point is, you got somebody. So now it's not about colorism where you can't get anybody. It's about you don't like who you can get. No, that's the fucking market telling you what you're worth. And I don't give a fuck about what Rebecca says or anybody says. They can't fix that. And that's why Rebecca made that video 3 years ago that now she wants to disavow. Nicole Michelle can't fix that. That's why she said what she said in the damn O'Shea's interview. They can help you maximize who you are, but you can't be a motherfucker in, let's say you're an all-American talent in high school, but for some reason, but you're like, let's say you're 5'9". That doesn't mean you necessarily translate into the NBA. Steve Logan was like that. I'm dating myself, but he was a dude that played in Maryland. Juan Dixon. Sometimes you don't translate. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I forget that dude that played for Duke. It's escaping me. He was the white dude that was on the Dream Team that everybody thought he took spot. And he wasn't a good NBA player, but he was a legendary college player. You know who I'm talking about? It's Leitner. It doesn't translate. And the thing about it is, he couldn't even get anyway, because this is really about Rebecca right now. My point is, one thing that Rebecca told me, really spoke, is she said it needed to be healed. There are women that are dying alone today. There are women that are in that situation now. Being a spinster is at an all-time high. And the thing is, the funny thing about it is, Kevin's, I believe his mom, he actually has a story in which his mom was kind of like this, and then his mom calmed the fuck down, and when she did, she has a dude. She has a dude, and she is happy. But there's a lot of women that just don't do that. And I'm going to tell you something to bring it into this. There was one thing this woman said on Fantastic Shit. It was the woman that actually she was playing too much, but she might have had at least the best situation out of all of them. This is a chick that she was acting awkward as hell, but whatever. But she got a dude that she said was a geek, but he's a truck driver. And then she's got a kid by him, and they're on and off, whatever. That shit that goes, but whatever, right? You got a kid by a dude that actually makes some money. Congratulations, and I mean that. And then you're not being a bitch with him. Congratulations, doing better than most. So she said, she was the one that said, I'm willing to be alone. You're a fucking liar. No, you're not. Because you already date. You're not. No, you're not. You say that as a younger woman, it's under 30. But when you say that, ask them chicks that are north of 50 and look in their eyes, or 55. Look at them, and then see what they say. Because they may lie to you, but the eyes don't lie. The reality of the situation is, these females will say that at 25 and then get to 35 and then they fucking calling Kevin. And then these women wondering why you calling Kevin. You need to have confidence. I wish these females would tell these chicks, these old women, to have confidence when they're like 60 years old and they ain't got nobody. And I'm not talking about because their husbands died first. I'm talking about because they were playing. I would love to see that because they won't say it because they know what time it is. But she said, if you can't get your standards, you just don't need to have nobody. Well, my thing is, you didn't date down. She's this woman is a 25-year-old female, and she admittedly said she don't make six figures. Who all these women act like they making money. Man, whatever. I'm not gonna say what she might do. I don't know. But what I would, she did say she'll make. They all said they'll make six figures. Okay, you got a truck driver, which he's on a path to making six figures. He's driving a truck. All right, so you said that you dated down. First of all, you like because he's a geek. You didn't, and this is another thing too. A lot of these women are calling dating down, dating at your level. You're not dating down, you're dating at your level. You just don't like what your level is. That's the you have this overinflated belief of what it is. And again, Rebecca said that on Roommates, which is recent. She said these women, and I've heard it from other people. They fuck a baller, and then now that's what they want. Dudes do not do that. Dudes know when they get pussy, they have no business getting, and they respect that for it is. But they're not gonna say, "Well, I'm not dealing with this pussy no more." I'm gonna say, "Fuck all the pussy I used to get. I'm just getting that," even though you know you can't get that. Now you know good and goddamn well black men don't think that way, because black men don't throw pussy away. Anyway, going back to the healing shit. You can't we're at 125. Let's get over 75 likes. Appreciate it. This idea that everybody can be healed or she needs healing, like it's not that complicated. Women are not that fucking stupid. Because here's the thing. You know how I know women are not that stupid? You have all of these swirler channels. Yet a lot of these women know they're never going to get a white man. They know they're not getting a white man because they know they can argue with us all day, but they know what that market is. And this is why a lot of these females live vicariously through other women like Karazin, who, by the way, made more than her white man at first. So she got to fix her up her white boy. And then he ended up making more money. And you can see she low-key be dissing his ass by letting other dudes call him a cuck. And she don't say shit and she try to laugh that shit off. Whatever. My point though is most of these females don't got a white dude that listen to her. They live vicariously through it. And I know this is true because I've seen, shout out to Mimi for giving me that channel with that Dubai dude. All these black women internationally, are fucking kiki ha ha and worrying about what a black man is doing, but you sit here like it's goofy and everybody sees it. Everybody sees it when people see that. So we talk about healing. Well, she needs to be healed. So what, the church is going to do that? Because the church has done such a good job healing women and providing men and manifesting men for them, right? I mean, because isn't that's what the church is for? To heal? Like, for real, though. And we use these terms like, she needs healing. No. She's an adult. You talk to her like an adult. She asked for that shit. We've all seen American fucking Idol and Simon Cowell. And I'm not saying Kevin should be that. But my point is, they know what the fuck is up. Maybe the first season you could play that they didn't know game. Maybe second. But American Idol went to fucking 10, 12 seasons. You're not going to say after season 5, they didn't know what time it was. You're not going to say that. And at the end of the day, Kevin's show has been around. And she said she's a fan, meaning she's seen him roast other females too. And he even said, it is not like he just dove into it like Simon Cowell does. He said, you gonna make me say this shit. And she said, say what? This is after she said that she rated herself a 5. And I'm gonna tell you something, a lot of black women have a problem with that shit too. Because they really are upset about that, but they don't want to be mad at her about it. They really are low-key pissed at her for going up there like that. They really are. And they say, well, you should have said I'm a 10. You should have said I'm a 10. You're not like that's, I've heard women say that. Like these women, like they actually believe that men are visual creatures. Again, I'm repeating things that fucking Rebecca said on the last video. Saying you're a 10 is stupid. And the thing about it is you can't tell these females are so far gone. Like when you're in a mental institution, they need electric shock. You can't nice the shit out. You tried that shit. You failed. And you will fail again because a lot of the chicks that need the most help, two things are going to happen. Either you're not going to deal with the women that need the most help and you're going to try to hide the fact you're not doing that, or which you're going to deal with women that quite frankly don't really need your help like that because they got enough common sense to where they kind of understand where it is and they can probably maximize where they're at. Or what's going to happen is it's going to blow up in your face like you're doing a matchmaker shit because at the and by the way, remember Rebecca was dealing with 92. She wasn't dealing with like poor chicks. This is the type of chick she would have been dealing with. A chick that makes six figures that want what she want. Now this chick wouldn't have been the most abrasive of customers because like I said, she handled it well. But the truth is, and BGS said it, she needs a fixer-upper. I don't see none of these niggas or any of these chicks on social media actually giving her that sound advice. She needs a dude. She'd be lucky in North Carolina to get a dude that she kind of likes how he looks and he makes 50K. That's a fact. It's not about what you deserve. It's about what you can get. And my thing is, I believe that a woman should have their standards and a woman should they have a right to have whatever standards they want. If you want a millionaire, you have a right. If you want a billionaire, you have a right to pursue that. That is America. But at the same time, America is the right to pursuit of happiness. America is not a guarantee of happiness. So if you pursue a millionaire dude saying Eve got it, why can't I get a billionaire, and you don't get it, that's your fault. That's not the society's fault for you not achieving that. That's like a nigga in the NBA thinking, well, like LeVar Ball, like Leandro, like oh well, my brothers made it into the NBA. LaMelo, not LaMelo, the middle child, and then he got cut. He may still get in there, but then he like, I deserve. Nobody will have a problem saying you don't deserve shit. This is like Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson didn't play for the first school he was at. So he said, fuck it, I'm going to North Carolina. He took his thing in his own hands and he got to where he was. Like, shout out to Draymond Green. How many of these dudes, Tom Brady. There's a lot of dudes that didn't get what they felt they were owed and they had to go take the bull by the horns. But they had to accept that they have to do what they need to do to make that happen. The problem with a lot of these women is they're waiting for something to come to them. And they're waiting for a fact. They want made to order niggas. That's what they want. And most women don't get made to order niggas. Most white women get their husbands in college. Those dudes have not achieved shit yet. And you don't know if they will. Now you get a good eye of pointing out good racehorses, but you don't know. And see, that's another thing. And now, so my point is, because I want to jump back to the video, but with Rebecca, it's like, look, man, you want to make money lying to these females, go ahead. We can throw the religion, we can throw the healing, all that googly moogly positive feeling shit. But at the end, days going by, time's going by, days, hours, days, months, weeks. And I can tell you, we all know the older you get, the faster time flies. That stuff is moving, never stops. You can't freeze time. It never stops. So this woman, and here's the thing, it's not about her. It's not even about Rebecca. The problem is not Rebecca. The problem is these women. If these women don't want to put them in their own empowerment, then it doesn't matter what you say. And this is why she got frustrated the first time, which is what everybody resonated with. She can disavow it all. History repeats itself. So she can disavow the shit all she wants to. She could say black men are bad. Black men on social media are bad. They have even though all we got to do is press a fucking button and talk. I work from home. This is my fucking iMac. I can turn on my job and get paid instantly with what I do. I'm set up that way. So this idea that we're super, super busy, like shout out to Dennis Sperling. He's a multi-millionaire lawyer It is not hard to do this shit anymore. It's not like, like, are you serious? So we could say that, or we could say that, insecurity is loud, even though these are the type of dudes you are attracted. Like, we can say all of that. We can say all the things that make black men bad, or some black men bad. We're the victim. Do that. But black men aren't your problem. Time's your problem. And time gives no shits. You can't pray time away. That's one thing that even God don't negotiate with. God said, I got that shit set on autopilot. Fuck what Albert Einstein said. That shit's on autopilot. And I haven't opened that lock for a minute. And I'm only opening that shit for me. So that's nope. That's not in there. That's faded. You can't pick that option. And now what we have is women at their youngest at 35. But really, you got a lot of 45. You got women that's deluded this Rebecca's age. You see that on that Fox Soul shit. And they all want to be told it's hope. It's hope till the day you die. Then it's hope. No. Sometimes you have to basically say, look, it's not about saying there's no hope, but it's about saying, if you're a 35-year-old, let's say you're a 35-year-old and you say you want to play in the NBA. Most people would say you a motherfucking fool, and they would be right to say that if you've never done it before. Even though there has been a couple of people in NBA history that has been picked up. Most people would say the likelihood of you being a walk-on is low. Now, you have every right to pursue that, but the likelihood of you being a walk-on is low. Maybe you need to go play overseas if you're that good. Because some dudes are really that good, they're just not NBA good. And they talk about the opportunities. Okay, is it really a big deal? Do you really need $1 million? Or do you want to make six figures playing playing basketball, playing what you love to do? It's not people saying what you can't get. It's saying a different pathway to do it. That's all it is. And the problem is you have to accept shit. And you have a lot of women, they cannot accept the wall, which is really why they were butthurt. They cannot accept that there are things that are out of their control, and women cannot accept the phrase too late. I don't give a flying fuck what anybody tells you. You will never be able to do in your 30s what you could do in your 20s. You will never be able to do 35 and up, which, like, as far as sexual marketplace, what you could have got in your 20s. You will never be able to do in your 40s what you could have got in your 30s. You will never be able to do in your 50s what you could have did in your late 30s, early 40s. If you, like, seriously, you will never be able to do the best you could do before you had a child, except for after you had a child. You would always, I'm not saying you can't get good outcomes, but you would have been able to do better if you did this without having a kid. And women have this childish mindset, especially with black men, because they're angry that we're speaking shit out here. And the same thing happened with Kevin True on the True Restaurant. They got mad at him when what they were doing was disrespecting black women as well. So it becomes, I want to project my shit to black men, and the truth is, again, you can make black men the bad guy all day, every day. That does not change the reality of the situation. It just doesn't. And if you all want to suffer in silence, well, there's going to be a lot of black men that's going to accommodate that. A lot of black men are straight up like, we don't even want to talk to females. We don't want to talk to females in this space. They don't want you in here. So your opinion is not allowed. And then Kevin said, fuck that. I'm going to talk to these chicks because that's who I am. And then women are basically lining up to talk to him. You need to talk to them about why they do that. And then there's a lot of women making videos that's supporting them. That Avery is one, and I got like a couple of others. I actually might put them together in a playlist. So there's that. And that's 40 minutes in. Yeah, I mean, for real. And what Kevin said is nothing he wouldn't have said to a man, and these females wouldn't have gave no fucks. Nicole lost her goddamn mind when Nicole has been on plenty of calls where Jason Black has basically berated males and low-key verbally castrated them. And she don't have no like bullshit. So anyway, going back to Mr. Fantastic's stream, y'all should check it out. It was entertaining. I was in there a little bit, and these are females that came from probably Chrissy City. They got a cocktail of fucking channels they watch, and it was funny. So let me break a couple of that down. First of all, is Let Go My Ego. This chick, This chick is like a Cynthia G acolyte. She want to be Cynthia G so bad. Here's the reason, and I want to address a couple of things that she said. Number one, she said black men don't build. You know what? I'm not gonna play the game and bait, and it's nothing that black men built America, but there's nothing that black like that's an emotional statement. Cause she really says black men global. First of all, a ADOS black woman is not qualified to talk about what other groups of men outside of ADOS men are or not doing. You make yourself look ignorant. You make yourself look fucking stupid. And I dare you say that to an African, because an African might put his hands on you. You tell him what he ain't doing and what his family ain't doing. He gonna be like, bitch, what you have no culture. If you don't shut up talking to me about anything. I'm not gonna go into like Ethiopia. I'm gonna give you a resource. Go to Home Team History and you go educate yourself. From Nothing is another example, and that's an ADOS dude that built the YouTube channel to teach y'all motherfuckers about African history, the real shit. So I'm gonna give you a resource as far as learning it, but as far as how I go about talking about it, let's say I agree. Let's say I agree that black men don't build. Let's say I agree. And this is fantastic. Kept muting me a little bit because he didn't understand what I was doing. I understand why he did that. But dude, there's whenever I agree with some shit like that, there's a reason I do it. I do it because they want to argue the little shit. And I'm like, fine, I'll give you that because that's not the bigger point. It's not the bigger point. And I understand he didn't get that. We didn't have a huddle, so whatever. Sometimes you pull an audible. Yeah, I get it. So it was his channel. But let's say I agree that black men don't build. So my question is, that's black men building is not up to you. It's up to us. You are a fucking female. You can't make us do shit. You can't motivate us to do shit. The only thing you can do is try, well, yeah, you motivate and inspire. But the idea that you don't know how to do that. This is what the truth is. The truth is you do not know, you or Cynthia or any of these females, you all do not know how to get men, regardless of race, to build for you. Because you're not going to get a white dude to do it. Yeah, a couple of you all will here and there, like Cares and whatever. But even she had to get a fixer-upper dude. Y'all won't, you can't get men to build for you. So my thing, and this is why I tell them, find another store. Go and get you a white man. Go be happy. Fuck black men. Go get you an African dude. Go get you a Caribbean. Go get who you want. Go get you another bitch if you want. And I bet you that bitch ain't gonna build for you either. Because the common denominator is not black men. The common denominator is you. The truth is, people ain't building for you because you're not worth being built for. That's the truth. Because we can talk about how people raise the sons. Damn that. All these women want to talk about divest. Stop talking about it. Do it. Do it. Divest. Divest. Go. If this was real life, they say that divest, I'd be like, all right, man, I'm glad we not bullshitting, so there's nothing to be said. Shoo. What are you talking? No, and you know how you push people out the door? And then they sit there and they wanna try to put resistance. No, you gone. Or let's say they really don't want to leave the house. Fuck it. I'll leave. And I'll go build my other shit. Cause I'll go do what I need to do for me. Regardless of what that is. Now you in here on your own. Or you getting raggedy ass motherfuckers in here, so call it what it is. Or you get other bitches in here, so you have this witchcraft cackle talk about niggas don't build. Black men will never build because you saying we don't build. You are never going to shame and get like that. That is working. Like the millennials aren't even talking to you. They are just outright saying, fuck it. I'm getting with anybody else but you. So I don't even hear that. They got you on a fucking mute, not even a mute button. They got you on a damn stop button. Stop, eject. I'm putting in another fucking tape. In fact, throw that shit in the damn chimney and burn that shit. Because I don't even want to ever look at that again. Anyway, let me get the super chats. I don't want to disrespect y'all. Appreciate Genuine Trucker. Son is the hot raw. Well, that behavior is necessary because sometimes we're at 134. Let's make sure we can get to 75. Let's see if we can get to 80 or 80 likes. So, yeah. Like, let's cut the bullshit. Like, cut the bullshit. You're right. Black men don't build. And guess the fuck what? You still hopping on nigga dick anyway. You still fucking niggas that don't build. The niggas you fucking don't build. The niggas you have children with do not build. So clearly, building is not a prerequisite to get your vagina. Because your vagina ain't worth shit. That's the truth. And the truth is, you can't go get nobody to build for you as a group. And quite frankly, here's another thing. You all are when you date a black man, you all are bringing in all this bullshit from every relationship you've ever had. Well, black men as a group, you're not dating people as a group. You're dating one nigga, or you supposed to be with one dude. So it's not about, so like with the other woman, the other female that has the dude that she said was a geek. He's a geek, but he's a truck driver. Go figure. So when black women say it's a geek, I always take that with a grain of salt. But, you know, he's a geek that she had a kid with. He's building by definition of his trucking career. She got some, and are you serious? Not building? And the problem is these chicks, they're cackling because they can't get nobody to do shit for them. And I'm talking about real shit. I'm not talking about nigga trinkets here or there. I'm not talking about food. I'm talking about motherfuckers that are coming in. And quite frankly, because you're not worth it. And if anybody feels like this is too harsh, I will point, you know what? If you need to hear a woman smack you with it, that ain't afraid to say send them here. Because I'm going to keep it real. She holds dudes accountable too. But the shit she say ain't nothing that we ain't said in the manosphere as far as dudes. Saying if you fuck, you know these chicks are crazy when you fuck them. Why do you do it? I'm like, yeah, you right. I agree. I've said that. I'm telling y'all, I know how y'all feel. Whenever these females say it's too harsh, I wish that chick can have a YouTube channel because they try to kill it. Love Dorsey. Send them to that. Say you need to hear from a female that's probably been through as much as you has and more. This got some, cause she ain't an ugly chick. She ain't an ugly chick. People can say she's like rough around the edges, but this is she keeping it real in her car. She don't care about looking good for nobody. But I mean, she ain't an ugly chick. Then go to that. All these is harsh and healing. I would love to see. This is how I know what Rebecca did was fake as fuck. And yeah, I'm telling you, what you did was fake. Is if I would have seen you videos of this Love Dorsey chick, and then you sitting there crying like that, other women would laugh at your ass. They would be like, you really crying over what another female said because you can't handle it. You know this is true. And she's been on World Star as well. I invite you all to check her out. Because she say shit, this nigga, please. As far as how harsh, we don't even, Jap is close. Jap kind of goes that hard. But Jap does it in more of a comedic way. But serious way. She was like straight raw with it. That shit will actually pull you into watching video after video after video. And her videos are like 30, 40 minutes long, some of them. Of her just boom, 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 boom. You stupid bitches know what the fuck you like. You like lies. You just caught up fucking on a nigga, caught up with the dick. You know what it is. Stop bullshitting. You stupid. And she ain't like she can articulate herself. But nah, so I always say, you think we bad, listen to this chick. Give her some free shit. If y'all want to give somebody some free shit, tell these females, you know what, go listen to her. Go listen to her, and then imagine Chrissy trying to argue with her. She wouldn't. And she's got like 100,000 folks on Instagram. 111,000. She don't need nobody's shit. So if Rebecca was the nice way. Now, people want, don't use my video. Fine, we don't have to use your videos. Guess what? This chick don't care if these women are butt hurt. So now, remember, be careful what you wish for. Like, it's not about using a woman. It's about a woman's point of view. But that crap about not building, like you saying black men do not give a fuck about what you think about what we build or don't build. Point blank, period. We don't need to explain shit for you. Nobody gives a fuck about your guilt. You want to go get somebody that you think builds, go get them. Go get an African dude. Go get a Latin dude. Go get a white dude. But nobody cares. No, you don't build. You niggas don't build because you delusional. Okay, you not gonna do shit about it, but bitch. So let me put the mute button on you so I don't have to hear your shit. Nobody cares. And then another thing she said, you all want us to submit, but we're not submit to nothing. You all submit all the time to dusty niggas. When you have a nigga's baby, you are submitting to him by having his child. Point blank, period. So this idea of you're not submitting to something, yeah, you can wild out, but you all really don't submit to shit, to be honest with you. And the reality is, black men, what we're telling black men in the in the manosphere, black manosphere, is we're telling black men straight like this: if these chicks won't cooperate, because I don't require submission, I require cooperation. That's what I require. And if that's too hard, you need not apply. You're disqualified. It doesn't matter. And a lot of dudes, what they're doing is, I can't get this woman to submit, but I can get her to submit to this dick every once in a while, and that's the lane that they keep you. That's the lane that they keep you in. Point blank, period. A black man would be a motherfucking fool to marry any female, regardless of race, that doesn't want to be cooperative. You make it sound like there's a pathway to us being in a relationship with you and you're in constant rebellion. Anybody that does that is a motherfucking fool. And you do that at your own risk. And you deserve, I'm telling black men straight up, you deserve everything that's coming. Everything that chick do, you deserve if you enter into that type of situation. So women act like, we gotta be with them. Oh, so we're mother, and this was the same chick. And to the other chick's credit, the other chicks really, like, one of them especially did not want to talk about colorism, and I'll give her credit for that. She did not want to. She said, "How did we get here? You know how we got here. That chick brought it up." So this idea that this is why the die alone shit, just black women lost their fucking minds, because that shit was real. If Kevin's gay, if Kevin's all of this shit, if all of us are just losers in our house, we're incels, then why do you care? Why do you all give a fuck? World Star Hip Hop disrespects black women every second. But this one video you all lost your minds about. Do you really believe we are so stupid that we don't believe that hit dogs holler? All these fake ass tears. And let me jump on this Mr. Let Go dude. I'm not about to jump on him too bad, but he put a question in the video talking about should black women should Kevin Samuels apologize to black women? Man, that nigga better not. And he even posed that question. If Kevin Samuels were to apologize for what she did, and that Kevin from True Restaurant apologized, and I'm glad he didn't. He put a post double downing. Then, quite frankly, with black women, that's the gynocracy. That's the gynocracy in its final form. That is telling you they don't want men, they want slaves. And you choose to accept that. Remember what Kanye said. Kanye said slavery was a choice. Now, I don't agree with that completely, how he, in the context of that, but I do believe that when it comes to this psycho shit, it is. And for him to even pose that, that's what I'm talking about. If I was talking to this dude straight up, I would say, dude, the problem in the black community is, do you believe that black men are led by their women? Yes or no? And he would try to dance around it. I would say, okay, the fact that you put that out there tells me that all these women crying about shit is telling me that you allow yourself to be led by a female. No other group of men do that. Now, you will never hear black women say that because that gives them control. But coming back to the other shit, like I said before, black men are not going to build for your black ass, okay, as a group, because we don't control the community. If anything, black men are going to build something else. That's the problem. You all want us to come in and fix your shit so you can be at the top, but that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen. And so if that's what you're waiting for, you need to do yourself a favor and stop wasting your time and go get you a white dude. Go get you a Latin dude. Because the problem is you all are entering into relationships with black men with all this fucking baggage that you choose to wobble and engage in. Black men do not build. Black men do not build, as if saying that over and over and over and over again is going to change anything. Because that has worked so far. And really what that essentially is a cackle call to say that black women are the way they are. Like, and she said it too. She said, well, we can't be feminine because you all don't build shit. That's a lie. Latin women prove that's a lie. You got Latin females working in fucking McDonald's 8-hour shifts making minimum goddamn wage that act more feminine than black women that are 90 fucking twos and got dudes that make 6 figures. Are you fucking serious? You are in a first fucking world country. And it is amazing how you can find a third world country of black women that act more feminine than your ass acts. So that idea of you don't got enough shit, that's bullshit on its face. And y'all know, and you know that's bullshit. But what happens is, and BGS has said this, they know it's bullshit. They expect us to buy it. And we're telling you straight up, it's not about harming black women as far as telling people to date out. It's about saying, look, the market is going to be the market, and this bullshit where you all have allowed the market to be bent, that's over. You all are going to have to compete in the market like everybody else. Black men always have. Another thing she said too, what she said, and I'm gonna get to a couple other ones too. She said that black men are delusional because they care about sex too much. Like they believe that their sexual value is a replacement of power. There may be some truth to that, but the truth is, black women, and she also said that non-black women fetishize black men. Black women, no group of women fetishize, including white women, fetishize black men more than ADOS black women. ADOS black women have the crown for the most. You all fetishize black men more than anybody else as a collective group. That, like, I don't even think that's debatable. As a collective group, you all fetishize black, and I can prove it. You can, black women will, it's amazing who black women wind up with. You can take Serena Williams, you can take any black female, a lot of black females. It's amazing that they wind up with a lot of times a very different type of dude if they date out versus the dudes that they tend to only want to deal with when they're dealing with the black community. You know, why do you think, and shout out to Black Mind, when he was talking about, light-skinned dudes are considered soft. That's a fetish. That's a fetish. That's a fetish because you have a fetish for what black men are. You all have made it very clear that outside, even Cynthia G said this, outside of fucking black men, there's nothing black fucking her, there's nothing black men can do for her. Because that's how she sees it, because it's a fetish. Then she'll try to hide it and say, oh, it's because you don't build. Yet the nigga you fucked with, don't build. So, I mean, again, all of that is smoke screen. All of that is smoke screen. And a lot of these females hide behind the idea of a gender war to just say that men are attacking women for no reason. And then a lot of these females are allowing themselves to kind of buy into that. And that's fine, because at the end of the day, I go back to time. It doesn't change nothing. The other thing these females said, the other two, is this idea of, are you a 10, are you a 9, are you a 8? And confidence. Let me tell you something. What you believe you look like is irrelevant. What the market tells you is the only thing that matters, because that's the only thing that's going to get you what you want. And the market is what men are willing to pay for you. The market in America, the collectivity of men of all races have said black women overall are at the bottom. Part of that is your fault because your reputation is in the trash because you all allow other women to shit on it all the time. And I'm talking about black women, and you all basically co-sign it, but whatever. The point is, it doesn't matter. Black women are always in this constant ego. Like the self-hate amongst black women is like on some, is at like mental illness levels. The narcissist, because what you have is women that hate themselves, but they're narcissists as fuck. And I don't understand how that can even exist in the same like space, but it does. And so what happens is, and this is another reason why Rebecca gave her crocodile tears. She was talking about how She was well. It's going back to the sex part. Cause I'm an NBA fan. No, that's part two. NBA fan is this: black men, black men do believe that their sexual marketplace value trumps their power marketplace value. A part of that is because the prime derivative that a man has is to reproduce. So men are in this awkward space where we can reproduce because that's not interfered with. The problem is the women, the women resent that because they don't get. It's not about what the dudes are not doing. These women hate what they are in this society. They are not white, so they blame black men. They are not at the top, so they blame black men. It's nothing is their fault. It's all black men's fault. The problem they don't understand is black men don't give a fuck by and large, and that doesn't change their own situation. So they descend into this madness in which they always have to be coddled. And this is why, remember what I told you. You all have been listening to me for a long time. What have I always said? Black women are simultaneously the most unbothered, but the most unbothered, but the most bothered female at the same time. And little things like this, when you actually poke in the right place, they have this overwhelming bullshit in which even females, where you would have thought on, or even me would have thought were on the team of common, and we're not the team. It's not team black men. It's team common sense. Will come off that train. When they get emotional, they know they say what they want to say is true. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because Rebecca has her dude. These other chicks don't. And the reality is, it's not about black men being right. It's about what common sense is to get to your outcome. But women are really not interested in having an outcome. They're more interested in being right. And this is what comes into it fantastic when these females are trying to say, well, I'm a 10 because I believe it. I'm going to say I'm a 10. But that doesn't mean shit. You being a 10, you thinking you a 10 does not mean shit. It's like anybody understands when you sell something in the auction and you say this is what it's valued at. No, that's not what it's valued at. What it's valued at is at the end of the day what somebody's willing to pay for it. Point blank, period. You can say what you want all day. Like people can say, I want to sell this house. This house is this value. And then these houses never get sold. Because you're not the one that dictates the value. The person is willing to buy it dictates the value. Women only black, and here's the funny thing. Only black ADOS black women would say some stupid shit like that. You don't even find Africans saying that or really believing it. Because even like your grapevine style Nigerians know when they get in front of that white man, it is not what the fuck she thinks she is. It is what he says she is. And these women love to talk about confidence. The makeup industry is as large as it is for a reason. Kylie Jenner was able to take herself damn near to $1 billion for a reason. Same thing with Rihanna. Same thing with women getting ass and titties. Fucking lazy hoe waist trainers. That's what I call it. The lazy hoe. Get the fuck out of here. You all know good and well that there is a sexual marketplace market and there is real money that is in that market. And you all bear everything. And I used to say this about Chrissy before I stopped really listening to her. Everything that Chrissy talks about is womb talk. Everything she talks about is sexual politicking. She is so upset that she is. This is why Jessica triggers her so. Chrissy hates that. I bet you if Chrissy hates that picture that fucking Jessica puts up. Jessica that picture is the embodiment of everything that Chrissy hates about herself and hates about everything around her. And so everything is womb talk and sexual politicking. Talking about Chrissy does videos all teaching motherfuckers how to be feminine. Chrissy is not capable of doing that. Because she has not even shown you. Only females will buy into a fucking shit that they have never shown that what this chick looks like. This chick could look like that chick on goddamn Kevin's show, all we know. But my point is, women believe, confidence. And remember what I said. What did I tell you? I told you that GL Lambert thing. I literally have a post of a dude that makes products for women. It's called like Spartan Dating. In which he said the same thing. He said the same thing like right after that Kevin shit popped off. So you got to understand when you're selling the women in the female space when it comes to relationship, they have actually been sold that their confidence can actually make a 5, a fucking 7 or an 8. Now here's the thing. You getting dick from somebody doesn't mean that that same dude is going to be in a relationship with you, because he's going to know what the fuck you look like if he get in a relationship with you. And the thing about it is, like I said, you only hear black women saying that stupid shit. I'm not saying white women don't say stupid shit themselves, but they don't say shit that fucking stupid. Because at the end of the day, they want the outcome at the end of the day. They want what they want. They don't want to be told they can have it. They want the it thing. And everybody loves telling black women what they should have and can have, but very few people actually deliver it because it's a scam. All of it. And quite frankly, all of y'all, they feed into it, so that's their fault. You need to be healed, but ain't doing shit. So they actually rebel against anybody to say, this is what the outcome is. This is where you are relative to the outcome. You think you're fucking Mercury. I'm saying you're fucking Pluto. Oh my, you're fucking Jupiter. Oh my God, I'm closer than that. No, you're not. Nigga, if Chrissy's light skinned, I'm coming off of YouTube, nigga. You can mark my words on that. If we ever confirm Chrissy light skin, I'm done with YouTube in this space. It's over. Come on, let's get 5 more likes and get over. Yeah, what's up, Mr. Fantastic? I know you kind of came through here. What's up, Racket World? And I'm glad Mr. Fantastic did the video. I'm glad he did the video because I think we got a lot of all you niggas talk about no bitches allowed, whatever. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do on their channel. But what I'm saying is the value of that is that fucking you got newer people in this space and they need to hear the stupid bitch talk sometimes. They need to hear it. And to be fair, like I said, the chick was kind of corny, the one that had the geek. She had like she was just like expecting niggas to just take her fucking head off. And she was kind of trying to have that, oh, I'm a shoot the shit with you. And I'm like, no, we're being very serious. If you act like a doe, you get treated like a doe. The other chick was trying to act like she didn't know shit. Or this one of them young feminist college chicks. And the only time it really went left was when the old hoe came in. Let go. Let go my ego. Like she thinks she being, let go my ego. You like Fantastic said. Talk, man, please. There's very few black women that don't have an ego. So that bullshit I already know was stupid. And what that sounds like is she got to keep on saying that affirmation because somebody done told her she got an ego. And a lot of these egos keep these chicks alone. Niggas will dick you down every once in a while because they want some pussy, but outside of that, they're not trying to deal with shit. Exactly. You have some of these new guys gotta hear that shit. It can't be it's just us telling you what the fuck they saying. No, bring them over here if they want to talk. And notice they all didn't have an attitude. That's why I wish Jessica X would have brought in Fantastic. Let them talk. Let them go back and forth. And I like how Fantastic it was just him because he was able. Because it's not just about them. You're able to see how Mr. Fantastic goes in it. Now I'm gonna tell you, dude, she wouldn't have caught me up with that damn deserve shit. I would have remixed that real quick. I would have remixed it. I would say no. It's not about what she deserves because in life we don't always get what we deserve. That's being an adult. But she has every right to pursue what she wants. But deserve is irrelevant because it's not up to her. That's the problem. So when you all are hung up on what somebody deserves, for sure, I'll say you deserve the world. I'll say black women deserve to be above white women. You deserve it. Well, not really, but I'll say it just to say it. Right? But that's irrelevant. You want somebody to tell you deserve some shit. Guess what? I deserve to be 6 feet. Tell me how me deserving it is going to bridge that gap. I deserve to make the basketball team when I was in middle school. I made it when I was in high school. I deserve to not get cut in the 7th and 8th grade. Didn't matter, but I made it in high school, at least my freshman year, and I said, fuck it. I deserve a lot of things. I don't have children. I deserve a lot of things. We don't get what we deserve. So even being hung up on, so the question is, do you want somebody to tell you you deserve something, or do you want somebody to actually give you, help you bridge the gap between what you want and what you can get? What do you want? Because that deserve shit don't mean shit. The world will tell you what you know, a pastor makes mad money telling you what you deserve. Make sure you tithe though while I'm telling you what you deserve. Derek Jackson will tell you what you deserve. And you all made Derek Jackson make Derek Jackson makes $100,000 a month, and I believe him. I believe him. Telling you chicks what you fucking deserve. Now you ask me, how many women have Derek Jackson actually helped get what they want? Well, do you think I deserve? The fuck you talking about? Do you deserve? That's an irrelevant question. Yeah, you deserve it. So tell me how you deserve it and go make it happen. Tell me that. You think that chick Avery Woodley that I sent you, you think she looks the way she does because she just thought she deserves it? Or you think she went and she made that shit the way that was? You think all them women that are Ebony Fitness hashtags that lost that weight, you think they just thought they deserved it? Again, women think in that realm because black, and that's another thing. Black women are they're not honest or candid about, they want to talk about, I'm a strong, independent woman. No, you're not. Black women are weak as fuck. And shit like this proves it. You all are very frail. You all are frail as all hell. You are not as quote unquote resilient as the women that has come before you. You are not as resilient as the silent generation, the boomer generation, and the X generation was really the first generation that was the descent into this frailty. This idea, and yes, there are some resilient black women. I know them. But most of you females are not those. And it's obvious in how you all can't even interact with somebody with the opposite sex without wilding the fuck out or playing like it's a game or wanting to just bring all of these issues that nobody gives a fuck about. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this too, and then I'm going to wind it up. People talk about colorism. Okay, colorism exists. Fine, it exists. What the fuck are you going to do? Because that's not going to change the sexual marketplace. SWP said 10 years ago what you all needed to do to deal with colorism. And Maryland Negro, ironically, is doing that. You have to be the bitch in these little boys' walls. And I'm going to be vulgar about it, that they jack off to. You have to psychologically imprint these dudes. But apparently you all have too much hatred for black men to feel like that's beneath you. So you get what the fuck you get. A bunch of Viola Davis bullshit. We gave you the solution. You don't like the answer. Well, I deserve for them to like me for me. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. I deserve. Maybe I deserve. Anyway, I can't believe I just quoted Tank after Tank said that shit. I never liked Tank, by the way. Yeah, my shit's kind of trashy. I got, look, I got all this fucking, this is like this is my damn, yeah. I just got shit everywhere. Sometimes I just throw shit together. I deserve. Appreciate the likes, y'all. Appreciate the super chats. I deserve. Like you deserve ain't gonna get you there. Oh man, do you understand if a man said, well, I deserve, everybody will slap that nigga. If you don't shut the fuck up, talk about what you deserve, nigga, you know what, you cut. Shout out to RDC World. You know, he'd be like, man, you Chick-fil-A nigga, you cut. These hoes want honestly, let's keep it real. These hoes don't want six-figure dudes. These hoes want millionaires. They'll settle for six-figure dudes. And I'm waiting for these females to really say that shit. But like I was saying, man, I know black women that make six figures. I know black women that make seven figures. And I can tell you, A lot of them got dudes, and they got solid dudes. Dudes that are like mortgage brokers, and then they're all right, make money. And what happens is those dudes just started doing the business with them. So therefore, it wasn't like, okay, this is what she did, and she made all this money. Nah, like, and it worked out. Yeah, Christian Leitner, NBA fan, appreciate that. I be blanking sometimes, man. And the sad part about it is, this is what frustrates me more than anything. This is what angers me more than anything, or annoys me. I want to see black women win. And I know, and the thing is, I know black women that win. I know black women that are married. I know black women that are married to dudes that they like how they look, as well as what they. I know plenty. This is not. I want to. Black men do not feel that in order for black men to win, black women have to lose. But a lot of black women believe in order for them to lose, black men have to win. Like for real. But at the same time, that is their worst fear, dying alone. And I'm gonna tell you, when he said that, that shit had them lose their fucking minds. I know, cause but he, and in the way he said it in the way of where you're gonna die alone if you're gonna be that stringent on your own standards. Because if the market is telling you what you're worth and you want to fight that, then time is just gonna keep on moving, and time is not your friend. You don't age. Women don't age better; they age worse. If y'all want to hit me on the Cash App, my Cash App is dollar sign Allen 100K, ALLEN 100K. Hit me up on it. See women lose. I don't have this thing where I just want to see these bitches lose. Honestly, black women ain't done shit to me like that to